What if the strongest revenge isn't a speech, isn't a post, isn't even an argument? What if it is a life so disciplined and calm that the person who hurt you can no longer reach you? Not because you moved on to look strong, but because you became someone their chaos can't touch. Stay to the end, because I'm going to give you one simple test that reveals whether your silence is true strength or just hidden attachment. That quiet kind of pain. In life, you will encounter two types of architects: those who help you build, and those who try to dismantle you, brick by brick. When someone betrays you, deceives you, or displays that specific kind of passive cruelty, they are operating on a transaction. They are expecting a purchase. They are waiting for the breakdown, the confrontation, the paragraph-long text message filled with emotion, or the desperate demand for an explanation. But Stoicism offers us a different path. A path that is terrifying to the manipulator and liberating for you. It teaches us that true power isn't about giving them the reaction they crave. It is about reclaiming the one thing that belongs solely to you: your peace. Today we are discussing how silence and self-command are the ultimate forms of justice. The first victory is refusing to feed them your energy. When we are hurt, our biological instinct is to react, to correct the record. We want to prove our point. We want them to understand the gravity of our pain. But here is the dark truth. If they cared about your feelings, they wouldn't have put you in a position where you needed to defend them. Every time you argue, every time you ruminate on their disrespect, you are donating your most precious asset, your attention. Ask yourself, will you donate your attention to their disrespect, or will you reclaim it? In Stoic philosophy, we call this the withdrawal of consent. You simply refuse to play the game. This isn't weakness. That's self-command. The goal isn't to make them suffer. The goal is to ensure they can never control your internal world again. You must view your attention not as something free to be given, but as a fortress gate that has been locked. When you stop trying to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, you stop leaking power. Here is where silence becomes lethal. Most people misunderstand silence. They think going quiet means you have lost. They think it means you have accepted the injustice. But when used strategically, silence is not passive. It is a wall. It removes access. When you go silent, truly silent, no status updates aimed at them, no messages sent through mutual friends, no subtle hints. You cut off the oxygen to their manipulation. Narcissists and toxic individuals feed on emotional reaction. If they can no longer draw emotion from you, they have no power over you. This is not about punishment. It is about protection. You are defending your dignity. You are stating, without saying a word, there is no room in my life for this behavior, and this person no longer has clearance to hear my voice. You are choosing peace over chaos, and progress over proving a point. You become a ghost to them. Not because you are hiding, but because you have ascended to a level they cannot reach. There is a psychological effect to this Stoic silence. When you argue, you give them a target. You become the villain in their story, justifying their actions. But when you present them with nothing but silence, you become a mirror. Without your reaction to blame, they are left alone in the room with only their own behavior. Your absence forces them to sit with what they did. Silence is loud. It echoes. And for someone who runs from accountability, your silence is far more haunting than your shouting ever could be. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. By engaging, you become like them, messy, chaotic, reactive. By detaching, you force them to realize that you are made of different material. So, when you withdraw that energy, where does it go? You redirect everything they tried to steal. Your focus, your confidence, your time, your serenity. The best revenge isn't posting a picture to show you're happy. The best revenge is actually becoming so disciplined that their absence is no longer felt. Think of this as immunity. When you build your character, when you focus on your physical and mental sovereignty, you outgrow the people who tried to keep you small. True justice isn't forcing them to see what they lost. True justice is reaching a height where it no longer matters if they are watching or not. You are improving for you, not for an audience. Because you finally chose to be the architect of your future, rather than the victim of your past. You go quiet to create mastery. As I promised at the start, here is the simple test that reveals if your silence is true strength or just a strategy to get them back. Imagine 6 months from now. You have rebuilt. You are stronger. And then a notification lights up your phone. It's them. Maybe a simple hello or a half-hearted excuse. In that split second, what do you feel? Does your heart race? Do you feel the urge to reply, even if it's just to scold them? Do you feel a rush to show them how well you are doing? If yes, you are still tethered. Your silence was just a waiting game, not a transformation. But if you look at that message and feel nothing, no anger, no joy, no desire to type a single letter, then you have won. That indifference, that absolute neutrality, that is the ultimate revenge. Not because you hurt them, but because you are now emotionally unreachable. They are a stranger who holds memories of who you used to be, but has no access to who you are now. That is where silence is lethal. You have become untouchable. Remember, trying to punish someone with silence is still a form of connection. Being silent to heal yourself, that is freedom. Now comment below what's harder for you, staying silent or staying disciplined after you go silent. And if you want a simple anchor, type, I rise in silence.